Good morning, everybody. My name is Hannah, and I am a fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. Today, this is a strength and balance class, and you will need some weights. We're going to do a full body strength routine. You're going to need a set of dumbbells. You can use whatever size feels appropriate. I encourage you to not be afraid of the big weights. Just make your way to the big weights slowly. When things start to feel really easy, it's probably a good sign that you need to, or you could, if you wished, increase. Our strength exercises, 2 of them will be on the floor. I will give a seated, or sorry, it'll be a standing option for those 2. Everything else, we kind of have a bit of a theme today, and it's a different stance. So we always kind of stand with our feet level, in line, hip width apart. Today we're going to stand for most of them, and of course I'll talk about this as we go, with one foot slightly forwards. So we're kind of favoring one side over the other as we move through these exercises. We'll do each one twice, and we'll switch our feet up accordingly. This will make more sense once we begin, because I feel like I'm not giving a great explanation, but we have some different foot positions to challenge ourselves in a different way today. A bunch of balance exercises to perform at the end of the class too, also really important for keeping ourselves independent. Fall prevention, balance is really key to that and works very nicely with strength exercises. So yes, let's make sure you have some water so we can keep hydrated through the class. We're going to come up to feet and warm up, and then we will begin. What do I need to do? Okay, up we come. So let's stand up nice and tall, and we're going to march on the spots. Letting those arms move forwards and backwards, lifting those feet right up. Standing up nice and tall. Good, let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and out. And again, deep breath in and out. Good, let's pull our shoulders up towards our ears. Relax them down. Lift those shoulders and lower. Pull the shoulders up and down. Lift and lower. Good. Let's roll our shoulders. Nice big circles. Let's roll our shoulders forwards. Let's bring those arms out to the side, little circles here. Good, I'm back in the other direction. Good, let's take both hands. We're going to push those hands away from your chest and pull back. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. Let's push one hand forward, pull the other one back. Push and pull. Push, pull. Once more. And again. Good, let's take both hands up to the ceiling and pull down. Push up and pull down. Up and down. Push up and pull down, and again push up and pull down. Excellent. Let's tap our toes forwards. Let's keep those arms moving too. Let's tap those toes to the sides. Let's dig those heels forwards. Let's dig those heels to the sides. Let's take one foot, tap your toe and your heel. Toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Let's switch to the other side. Tap your toe and your heel, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe and heel. One more, toe and heel. Let's bring those feet together and we're going to tap our toes and wiggle our fingers. Let's tap our heels and tap those fingers to your thumb. Good, let's tap our toes, both feet at the same time, and we'll circle our wrists. Good, tap those heels and circle wrists the other way. Great, let's have a hand on the chair or balance support. Let's take one leg and swing that leg forwards and backwards. Good, let's switch to the other side. Swing this leg forwards and backwards. Good, let's place that foot on the floor. Excellent. Nice deep breath here, big inhale. And exhale to lower down. Good. All right, we're going to begin. I gave a little bit of an explanation about how we're switching up feet and foot position today in this class. We're going to start with a squat. We're going to have our feet fairly close to each other. We don't need any extra weight today. I want you to, or not for the squat anyway, I want you to take your right foot, step that right foot slightly forwards. Left foot is back. We're always going to start with our right foot a little bit forwards. Standing up nice and tall. This is the position our feet are going to be in when we squat. So 1 foot back, 1 foot forwards. Our feet are a little bit staggered. And if you can, take that back heel up off the floor. That does make it a little bit trickier when we are squatting to have that one heel up. Heel on the floor if that feels better and more appropriate. So let's try that. Heel, back heel up off the floor. Right leg is forwards a little bit here. It looks like this. So the right foot is forwards, left foot is back heel is lifted. And we're going to go into a squat here. So inhale, sink down. Exhale to stand back up. A little bit different to having both feet flat on the floor. Although keep that back heel on the ground if you need to. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, stand up. Moving nice and slowly as we lower. Good, chest tall. Deep breath in. And then out. Good, couple more. Last one. Excellent. We're going to repeat our exercises back to back. So this time the left foot is going to be forward and the right foot's going to be slightly back with that heel up off the floor if you can. We can rest here for a couple of moments before we try those again. So left foot a little forwards, right foot a little bit back. Feet are fairly close to each other. That back heel is lifted if you can. Let's try again. Inhale and exhale. Chest nice and tall. The weight in that front heel, the back heel as well, if you have that back heel on the floor. Good, nice and slowly down. Exhale to stand. One more here. Good, and relax those feet. Excellent. Grab a quick drink and we will repeat these. Sorry, we won't repeat it. We'll move on and we'll do another one. Bicep curls are going to be next. And again, we're going to stand in that split foot position. So my right foot is the forward foot, my left foot is back, my heel is up on the floor. So I'm challenging my balance here. Even though my lower body isn't going to move, my feet are going to stay still, I'm challenging my balance. Keep the back heel on the floor if that feels safer for you. It's making my core muscles work harder as I keep myself upright. And here we go, a bicep curl. One hand at a time with this split foot position. I'm rotating my arm, my hand is at my side, and then my hand is in front of me. So I have that little arm rotation too. Lots of things to think about here. Keep that chest nice and tall. Breathing out as you lift hands up. Breathing in as you lower those hands. Good. Excellent. Couple more. Good, and relax those arms. Put the weights down for a second. To give those hands a break, that grip strength a break. We're going to switch up and switch the feet around. So right foot is the one that's back now. Left foot forwards, back heel lifted if you can. Here we go. As we're standing, we can think about pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Engaging those core muscles a little extra. Good. Couple more. One more each side. Good. Feet both on the floor. Relax those arms. Great. Grab a drink here. Good. We're going to go back to lower body. We're going to alternate lower body and upper body here. Back to lower body. And we're doing a hip hinge or deadlift movement, which is a kind of weighted hip hinge. So we want a weight for each hand. And you guessed it, we're going to move our feet around. So my right foot is forwards, my left foot is back, my heel is lifted a little bit, my knees are soft on both sides. From here, I'm going to hip hinge. I can really feel it working that forward leg, much more so than the other one here. Inhale as you slowly lower. Exhale as you stand up. Good, one more after this. Excellent. And we'll get ready and switch our feet around. So not too much break between sets here. So that's making this workout a little more intense. That's another way to challenge by lessening the amount of time that we're resting. Standing up nice and tall, you want that right foot back a little bit, left foot forward, back heel up off the floor if you can. Inhale, hinge forwards. Exhale, up to stand. Nice deep breath in and out as you stand up. Yeah, nice and slowly as you come forwards. One more. Excellent. Weights down. Good. Upper body again here. We're going to do that same thing with our feet. We're going to have our weights up at our shoulders and push up one at a time to the ceiling. So right foot forward, left foot back, lifting from the heel only if you feel confident enough. That does challenge the balance quite a lot, especially when we're doing upper body. Keep that back heel on the floor if that feels like a better place to start. All right, standing up nice and tall, one hand at a time, push up to the ceiling, slowly lower down. Good. Nice exhale as you push up. Slowly lower those hands. Good. Last one. Great. Put the weights down for a moment if you need to. Give those hands a rest and the shoulders too. We'll take a moment here and then we'll pick them up again and repeat. All right. Left foot forward, right foot back. Lift through that heel. Let's pick those weights up onto shoulders. Here we go. Breathing out as we push up. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine. So we're engaging those core muscles. Excellent. Standing nice and tall. Once more, each side. Good. Excellent. Put the weights down. Well, that was tiring by the end there. Give those shoulders a roll and relax. Good. Alrighty, let's keep going. We're going to do some heel raises next. We won't use the weights for these because we are going to fiddle with our feet. Right foot is underneath me, a little bit forward. Left foot is back. And I will keep my back heel on the floor. Because then I'm going to come up to tiptoes, slowly lower those heels down. So I'm standing nice and tall, hand close to support if you need to. Push up onto tiptoes, slowly lower down. Good. Chest tall, looking ahead. Breathing out as you come up. Good, last one. Excellent. We can pause here, give those legs a shake a little bit. And we're going to switch our feet around. So left foot forward, right foot is back. Heel on the floor to start with. Let's stand up tall, push up onto tiptoes, slowly lower. Good, chest nice and tall. Good, breathing out as you lift up. Good, nice and slowly as you lower. You might find that one side was easier than the other, one foot forward versus the other. Last one. Good, feet on the floor, excellent. One more to do here and then we'll work on our core exercises. All right, let's pick up those weights. Standing with the right foot forward, the left foot back, heel up off the floor if you can. We're going to hinge at the hip slightly. So you're leaning forward a little bit. You can take one arm at a time out to the side. Keeping a bit of a bend in my arm. So nice soft arm. One hand at a time is going to lift up. All right, here we go. When you're ready, this was quite intense for the shoulders here, this kind of side raise, working that chest. So let's concentrate on being nice and slow. And we're going to pause there. Good. I don't want to do too many reps on one side because then we have to repeat. And that can be tricky. So let's switch the feet around, left foot forward, right foot back, heel lifted. Hinge forward at the hips, knees nice and soft. Here we go. One arm and the other. Breathing out as you lift, in as you lower down. Good, a couple more. Excellent, and up, pop the weights down. Good, we are all done with our weights for today. Core exercises are next. There'll be a floor option and a standing option. Let me show you. Standing options are going to be at the wall. Arms out in front of me. I'm going to take a step away. My hands are against the wall at shoulder height, and then I take a step away, so my feet are further away than my hands. This first one, I'm going to lift up one hand and the opposite foot, and then back to center. One hand, one foot. Nice and slowly. Good, just like this. Second one, we are just going to hold a plank. Hold this plank position, looking at that spot in between your hands, focusing your eyes there, taking nice deep breaths. So that will be number 2. Alrighty. If you want to be on the ground, let's come down right now. Then step one foot forward, bend that front knee, drop that back knee, hinge. So your hands are either side of your foot. Bring that back knee down. Down all fours. Feet to one side. And let's come over onto our back. Good. All right. My feet are on the floor. So I'm going to reach my hands up to the ceiling to begin with and then take those feet up, but knees are bent. I'm going to extend one arm and the opposite leg towards the floor, and then back to center. If you're standing, you're doing this from that standing position at the wall. Here we go. Nice deep breaths. Good. Slowly lowering down as close to the floor as you can get. If you're standing, you don't want to be lifting as high as you possibly can. You want to keep that within a comfortable range of motion. Once more each side. Good, and relax those feet to the ground. We're going to repeat that one more time. We'll do this one before we switch to the second, which is our plank. So when we're ready, take those feet up, knees are bent, arms right up to the ceiling. You're standing at the wall with your feet further away than your head, and you're lifting one hand and the opposite leg. And here on the floor, we're lowering one hand, opposite leg. Nice deep breaths. Good. Nice and slowly. Couple more. Oops, I got confused. Last one here. Good, and relax. Arms to the ground, feet to the floor. If you're standing, you can just stand up tall. We're going to move ourselves around onto our front. I'm going to walk my feet to one side and then roll my knees, roll my upper body to the side. Take that top arm, push yourself up. Woo, nice and slowly. Don't want to be dizzy. Let's come on to all fours here. Plank at the wall is the next one if you're standing, and plank on your knees if you are on the ground. If you feel like plank on your knees is really easy, if you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you can push yourself up into a full plank. So I'm standing on my, you can't see my feet, actually, but I'm standing on my toes, and hands. Knee plank is a very good option too, but if you wanted a little bit extra, that would be the next progression. So here we go, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. You're going to do the plank at the wall if you are standing. So on your knees, hands directly underneath your shoulders. Let's go here. You can have your feet up off the floor, now, or you can touch your toes to the ground for a little bit more stability. Up to you there. Whatever feels the most comfortable. Good, another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax here. And we will repeat this. So when you're ready, hands directly under your shoulders again. Let's lean forwards a little bit so the weight is in your hands. And let's go, 30 seconds. Looking at that spot in between your hands, so not at your feet or up to the ceiling. Keep a nice straight line from tailbone to the top of your head. Good. Deep breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. That was a little bit more than 30 seconds. All right, let's take one foot up. If you're on the ground, come up to that high kneeling position. Push yourself up to stand. Excellent. And grab a drink here. It's time to work on our balance. All right, we're going to start moving around. We're going to start with our tightrope. So we're standing up really nice and tall. And we're taking heel to toe steps, moving forwards and backwards. Chest nice and tall. Few steps forwards, few steps backwards. Let's try and look forwards and not at our feet too much. Good, nice deep breaths, shoulders relaxed. Good. As you move forward, see if you can turn and look to the right. Keep walking in that nice straight line. Good. Can you turn and look to the left? Ooh. So a bit more difficult. Good. And then back to center here. Excellent. Let's stand with our feet with space between them, and we're going to shift our weight from front foot to back foot, lifting up through your toes, through your heels, standing up nice and tall. We're just shifting that weight forwards and backwards, shifting that center of gravity. As we come forwards, let's reach one hand forwards and then the other. Excellent. Let's relax those arms. We're going to lift our feet, stepping from one foot to the other. As you step onto the front foot now, let's raise the back. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front. Doesn't have to be high. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Feet down. Let's switch our feet around and let's do that again. Shift that way forwards and backwards. Good. Moving both arms at the same time here as I reach forward, reaching forward with both hands. Good. Let's relax those arms and step from one foot to the other, lifting up through your feet. Good. As you step onto the front foot, raise the back, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, excellent. Let's stand now with our feet one in front of the other again, but closer, so there's not too much space between your feet. If you can, it's tricky to balance, although that is the name of the game. Knees should be nice and soft and we're standing tall, and the weight even between both feet. I want you to tap those toes at the front. Let's tap that heel, that front heel. Let's tap our toes on the back foot. That one's tricky. Tap that heel on the back foot. Good. Tap toes on the front foot. Heel on the front foot. Toes on the back foot. Heel on the back foot. Good. Let's switch our feet around. Let's bring those arms out to the side. We're going to do one tap on each part of your foot. So front toe, back heel, back toe, back heel, toe, 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 heel. Good. Excellent. Relax those arms, step those feet out from that position. Good. Let's stand close to your piece of support furniture, your thing to hold on to. I'm going to stand on my right leg and I'm going to lift my left arm and my left knee and then slowly lower them down. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Good, lifting up nice and slowly. Excellent. A few more. Placing that foot carefully back where you picked it up from. Good, let's switch to the other side, standing on the left foot. Raise the right arm, the right knee. Last one. Good, feet on the floor. We're going to side step our feet now. One side to the other. Pretty good size side step. We're bringing those arms out to the sides. As I side step, and when I step, I'm going to lift my knee and hold. And step, hold. Whoop. Step and hold. Step and hold. Good. Whoa, little wobbly. Whoa, and again. Once more. Good. Our feet to the floor. Excellent. Let's do a little bit more on one leg here. I'm going to stand on my right foot. I'm going to raise my left foot up off the floor. It doesn't have to be high. You can see my foot is actually very close to the ground. And you could even have a toe touching the floor if that feels like the right amount of balance challenge today. Make sure that right foot is relaxed and that knee is soft and that you're close enough to something to hold on to here. Good. We're going to take one hand up to the ceiling and sway from side to side. Good. Relax that arm. Let's try the other. Good. And then we can take both arms up if you can and wave both hands. Good. Relax those arms, foot to the floor. Very good. We're going to switch sides now. So we're standing on the left foot, raise the right, hold where it feels comfortable. A toe on the floor if you need to. Left foot relaxed and knee nice and soft. Let's take one hand to the ceiling and wave. Good. Let's take the other hand up. Good. Relax. Let's take both hands to the ceiling and wave if you can. Good. Relax those arms, feet to the floor. Wonderful. Very good work, everybody. Time for us to stretch. Let's take an arm across our body. Let's hold here. Feel that stretch through your shoulder, through your upper arm. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Arm across your body and hold. Let's relax that arm. Let's take one hand to the ceiling. Bend at the elbow, hand behind your back. We're going to use this other hand and hold your elbow. Good. Relax that arm. Let's switch to the other side. Hand to the ceiling. Bend at the elbow, hand behind your back and hold. Good. Relax this arm nice and slowly. Good. Give those arms a shake. Let's have a seat. We're going to sit right back in our chair. Pull one knee in towards your chest and let's circle this ankle. Back in the other direction. Good, let's point that toe and lift, point and lift, and again point and lift. Let's take toes to the left and the right, left, right, left, and right. Good, foot to the floor. Let's lift the other foot and let's circle this ankle. Good, back in the other direction. Good, let's point that toe, then lift, point, and lift, point, and lift. Toes to the left, and the right, left, right, and again left, and right. Good, foot to the floor. Let's come up to feet, reach those arms behind us. We're going to reach for the back of the room, stretch his fingers right out, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, wrap those arms around you, give yourself a nice tight squeeze, and pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Finishing another week of excellent exercise. Happy to have you along for this with me. Have a great weekend. No class on Monday. See you next Wednesday.